heart chakra, open heart, and passion. What I want to encourage is for you to feel the magic and marvel of the universe and ourselves as a mini universe. It is an area where we collectively want to go back to the basics of what our body is doing on all levels of our being and what you are perhaps consciously creating on a physical and spiritual level. Biology and medicine are not the sole or initial force of creation. There is a power stronger than that, a type of electricity and wisdom that keeps our body moving and growing. This is consciousness. Of course, you are recommended not to see your doctor and gynecologist for standard follow-up, and why not see a coach, a therapist, a masseuse, a reflexologist, a beautician, depending on your desires. Okay. How would you think about solving unresolved family issues and clearing out the karmic past of your baby? A family constellation, with or without volunteers, is a perfect method to access the system of your close and extended family. Blockages. Between family members, including yourself and your unborn baby, the blockages will be brought to the surface and brought into light and love. The stories and outcomes are more than miraculous. There are perhaps no other means to access the secret kind of information of these relationships which affect. The symbolic meanings described were from Avia Venefica, about the caterpillar and the ladybug. And then there's another example of magic. It's universal patterns. My coach therapist on family constellations congratulated me. She observed the constellation and it became clear to her that it must have been a tremendous amount of self-work done. The gift to my baby was a life with open horizons and total personal freedom, free from my karmic limitations on him. I consider it a great gift and a big achievement to cut the karmic cords from the past generations we so willingly nurture. Freedom comes at a price. In another constellation, I had set a loved one free for some burdens she experienced as a child. I could do this for her without her presence. It's an amazing work, and you will set karma free once you enter your family constellation. My husband and I went back to our family constellation therapist with our newborn in our hands. We had been experiencing horrendous conflicts, and there was no peace of mind whatsoever. The constellation made clear to us that our individual potential relationship of our baby was far more than fine, but there was a big cultural and historical heritage from the father's side, putting strains on the marriage, perhaps in a good and bad sense. A lot of unresolved anger was probably unleashed full force with the birth of another generation of male, for a more clear future into the family. A more clear future and the peace of mind. He was asked to come back for a new session to resolve his anger issue. Unfortunately, he didn't live up to it. It takes a special kind of courage moving forward with professionals and working on your inner world and your inner demons. I long hesitated going to the psychologist for my birth story and trauma. I started working on my own anger issues, and it reflected back in our relationship. The more I resolved, the more peace and laughter we found. I think we often see as women that our husbands are a pure reflection of our inner world. How else did or do we attract that husband, or how else do we accept to be in love? It is a strength for women to resolve family issues by resolving them within us and confronting problems head on, as much as we can and as gently as possible within our realm of existence. Perfection is a myth. Communication is the key in any relationship, including the one with ourselves. Mm. Discover your and your child's path in life. Other interesting thoughts related to universal patterns are astrology, numerology, and Bazi. In order to understand your baby's character and path in life, it can be helpful to read the analysis, especially on the way to shaping and shifting the teen years into a young adult life. But why not start appreciating her uniqueness by reading the analysis in an early phase? Perhaps it can make you understand why your baby reacts or does not react a certain way and how to deal with your parenting skills. In any talk with your child at any age, you might feel a better connection knowing the type of person behind those eyes staring back at you. What are his or her ways of understanding the world? What are their talents and their unique characters? Their unique traits? How do they like to process information? How do they learn and live? Understanding your child's path might answer your questions and possible fears. Fears can be conflicts, discipline issues, school issues, moodiness, low self-esteem, etc. Is it your fear or is your child portraying a danger? If a fear is realistic, then you can start finding personal solutions from the early start. A child with a shy or introverted nature can be supported by his parents with a balance between solitude activities or workshops and social activities, in order to develop into a balanced and complete human being. With interests and skills in both the introvert and extrovert world. An extroverted child might be very interested in the social activities and can develop his inner reliance with a solitude activity like rock climbing, drawing, or reading. Curiosity as a way of happy living is valid. Curiosity killed the cat, yes, and brought it back to life. Becoming a mommy means making a sacrifice of self and becoming curiosity itself in order to renew your 9 lives which you will want and need. I wish for your baby to decide on his birth date. It's not up to you to decide on the date through cesarean or induction unless your baby's life is in some kind of danger. We are responsible for giving the calm and most natural birth to this life, finding its way into the world. The baby's way out is his first experience of life, meaning that if he or she was successfully born, there is a level of self-esteem and self-confidence installed in the baby. A strong base is created in the inner world of your baby for future reference in life. If the baby came out smoothly and was applauded for, sometimes literally, this can be the reference of for the rest of his life. This is the case of my partner according to his mother. Can you believe this to be true? My partner wants applause for his life, and especially achievements. Our first success in life is at birth. A natural approach like acupuncture and sex can help to provoke the birth if you truly want to deliver or to provoke a natural induction instead of forcing it with medication when overdue. I've heard a medical induction is more painful than contractions. I ended up not going to my appointment for the acupuncture session. The software of my GPS failed me over and over without reason, redirecting me and turning me back home. Guess why? Baby wants to decide. I took it as a strong sign that I shouldn't be doing this session and trust that he was probably on his way, even if it would last from Friday night to Monday morning for him to come out. So, body awareness and intelligence. Listening to the signs means listening to our bodies and as much as anything else. Our bodies are the computer of the universe and the most intelligent computer we have up to this day. Maybe if we start treating our body like one, we will make more sense of it. You will be able to live your life more fully and discover the potential of what you believed was not possible for you, like having a healthy and happy life. Children reflect the treatment they receive.